have decided to do a cold plunge on my own. It's 7:30 in the morning right now. The sun is not even up yet. I'm not even up yet, fully. And this is the last thing that I want to do. It's slightly creepy. I'm wearing my baggiest clothes. I am just gonna do it. I can do this. Oh, what was that? Oh, what was that? Oh, this is creepy. This is so very fucking creepy. Alright, we're gonna do this. I'm Melissa, nutritionist with a background in Chinese medicine. I'm also known as the hormone and poop whisperer. Not long ago, me and my husband made the decision to leave the city life, drive across the country, and live in a 25-foot tiny home on wheels with our 2 dogs, Bodhi and Pickles. But this life hasn't been without its challenges. I suspect that we have a leak. Here you'll get a raw and unfiltered look of my life, along with how I and you can love our hormones throughout life's ups and downs here on Melissa Unplugged. Alright, so clearly I have some explaining to do, because why on earth did I do a cold plunge in the dark? For starters, this was one of the many times I did a cold plunge in the ocean, and I'll explain a little bit more about why I was out there so damn early in just a bit, so stay tuned. And I figure I'd do a video based on a question that I get all the time, and that is, are cold showers good for me? And trust me when I say you are gonna want to stay until the end, because I am dragging along my husband, Eric, with me on this crazy adventure. Right, honey?
Yes, which one's specified? They're all crazy adventures.
It's true.
It's true.
And before I begin, I want to make sure to remind you to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit that little bell button so that you get notified every time I put out a video every Wednesday. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen me post about my cold showers, but the one thing I realized was that there were very few people talking about the effects of cold showers on women. In this video, I'm going to be answering questions that I've received, like, what are the benefits of taking cold showers?
Should I do a cold shower when I'm on my period?
How often should I do them, and where do I start?
Is it safe to do a cold shower while I'm pregnant?
How long should I stay in for? Do they really help you lose weight? I'm going to be answering all of these questions, but I'm going to get really specific for those of you who have the insulin-resistant form of PCOS where you struggle losing weight. And if you do have PCOS, you may be surprised to learn that I used to have it and overcame it. And it's the reason why that I put together a guide with all the tools that helped me. And you can grab it right now by clicking the link in the comments. So are cold showers okay if you have adrenal fatigue or thyroid issues? My answer is, well, it depends. Stress and some level of adrenal fatigue is implicated in virtually all hormonal conditions I see, including PCOS. So when doing cold showers, you have to gauge, how do you feel? Because you shouldn't feel worse afterwards, and if you do, is all hope lost? Not necessarily. Before I go into sharing with you how to do them, let me begin by telling you about the benefits, starting with benefit number 1. Cold exposure is a promising method of reducing obesity by increasing brown adipose tissue, also known as brown fat, which leads to burning calories. Next, cold water therapy can help to regulate blood sugar by 70%, reduce insulin resistance, and all of this is crucial if you have PCOS. One study found adiponectin levels increased by 70% after cold exposure. Adiponectin is a protein involved in blood glucose regulation, with low levels often found in those with insulin resistance. And cold water exposure helps to reduce inflammation by raising adiponectin levels. And if you didn't know this already, PCOS and virtually all hormonal conditions have some level of an inflammatory component to them. Starting a new workout routine and feeling sore, cold showers can aid in speeding up post-workout recovery time. You didn't know this already about me. I have Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune thyroid condition, and guess what? Women with PCOS are 3 times more likely to have it. And one of the things that I have grappled with is my post-workout recovery time, and it's another reason why I love my cold water therapy. Another amazing benefit is that cold water therapy helps to improve lymphatic circulation and drainage. This can help with reducing pain and improving progesterone circulation, which is important in estrogen-dominant conditions like PCOS, where progesterone levels tend to be low. Now, what I find really cool is that cold water exposure also helps to burn fat. Specifically, the cold helps to activate brown fat and we increase caloric expenditure. In one study, subjects who were exposed to cold stress had an 80% increase in their metabolism over warm levels. Now, you may be wondering, why on earth did I do a cold plunge in the pitch black dark? Well, for starters, it was 7 a.m. and I am all about resetting my circadian rhythms. And one of the best ways to do that is through temperature. And the benefits of this include better hormone production, immune function, weight control, and even improved digestive function. Cold showers decreases cortisol and it increases serotonin, which is your feel-good happy hormone, making it great if you struggle with depression. Cortisol and cold exposure are mixed. One study found that adrenocorticotropic hormone increased, and this is the hormone that increases cortisol levels. But this was based on cold exposure that was longer than 30 minutes in 4 degrees Celsius. Now, with all this said, people with extreme adrenal fatigue will often struggle with adjusting to cold temperatures, especially if they're dehydrated and lacking in minerals. So my suggestion is to properly hydrate and also add sea salt to your water, and that will probably help you manage a little better with thermoregulation. And if you have hypothyroidism like myself, you may struggle warming back up because you may have low levels of T3, your active thyroid hormone. But given that cold showers lowers inflammation and hypothyroidism is an inflammatory condition, it's still worth doing them. Now, I will tell you that the first time that you do one, whether it's a cold shower or it's a cold plunge, it's going to suck. And I just mention this because oftentimes I have women that tell me, well, my bodies just don't really like them. But the reality is that they're never going to be warm, fuzzy, and enjoyable. Towel. Are you ready for a cold plunge today, honey?
Can one really ever be ready? Yeah, man, I like the cold. Let's do this thing.
Let's do it. He's so excited, he's starting to take off his clothes now.
All right, baby. This is the premium subscription price right here where you get to see nothing. Oh.
That would have been close. It's
okay,
super
maybe
muddy.
I'm gonna just focus on my walking because that would suck. That's good. Fuck that.
Fuck that. My recommendation is to start by ending with cold in your shower first. And just a side note, make sure that your showers aren't super hot. And the reason for that is because of the fact that when you have hot showers, it activates chemicals in your water. When you're done with the shower, end with ice cold and stay in there for about 30 seconds if possible. I mean, start slow. But really important to remember is focus in on your breathing before and even during, otherwise it'll take your breath away. The answer is, well, it's really going to depend on how cold the water is, but I have seen research suggesting that you have to be in there anywhere between 3 to 4 minutes. 4, 3, 2, 1, 5 minutes! Yes! Woo! To reap the fat-burning benefits, the hormone irisin has to be triggered, and that only actually happens when we shiver.
There. Good.
Oh, that was freezing. Listen, I know that my Chinese medical colleagues are probably hating this video right now because Chinese medicine is very anti-cold therapy. But the benefits of cold exposure are so well documented, so I had to do a video. Only exception is when I'm on my period or if I have some cramps during that PMS phase. And the reason for this is because cold water therapy can induce more menstrual cramping, and of course that would suck. So I would advise during this time to give them a little bit of a break, make sure that you rest and apply some warmth. Other exceptions to cold water therapy is if you're pregnant or if you have cardiovascular issues. I'd suggest ending your showers with cold water on a daily. As for cold plunges, I plan to do them, I don't know, probably about once, maybe twice a week. How about you, honey?
You gonna wear that green bikini?
Okay, you, that is it for this week. If you dug this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought, and don't forget to subscribe. And remember, if you have PCOS, make sure that you download my free PCOS 411 guide. Simply click the link in the comments. Until next week, see ya!
Hi, welcome to the making of a juicicle. The first thing we do is we prepare the juicicle. So what we're doing here is we're getting some banging looks. So this is how the kids do it, so we can see my socks. It's very cool little leg. Just a little leg, because you know what? You don't want to give away, yeah, I know, trust me, I know. You don't want to give away the milk before the cow before the milk. You know what I'm trying to say.
You lasted a whole 20 seconds, which is amazing, because my first cold plunge, I lasted all of 10, so way to go, babe.
You know, this is why I married you. I appreciate that, because many women would not be as like, appreciative that I lasted 20 seconds, and I want to thank you for just appreciating that. I gave it my all, and I want you to know that that's about as good as I got. So thank you for being good with that.
Thank you for giving me the best 20 seconds of my life.
I promised you that until the day we die, my love.
I'm so happy that you lasted that long.
Listen, it was a good day, apparently.